A Prince George's County lawyer says he has a plan to reduce mass incarceration, and he wants to be the next state's attorney.
Bruce Johnson, who is an independent, will go up against Democrat Aisha Braveboy in the November election, and he's here now to talk about his plans and campaign. Welcome here to the program.
Thank you for having me.
Well, first off, why don't you start by telling us about this mass incarceration program that you're hoping to reduce some of that?
Well, if the state's attorney's office has an obligation to properly screen cases, they're the first layer of assessment after the police officers. And what I'm finding is that they're not doing a good enough job of assessing cases. And that starts from the top. That starts from hiring decisions, and that starts from training decisions in terms of your state's attorneys. One of the main reasons I'm running is that I have the experience to make sure the hiring is done properly. I have the experience to make sure training is done properly so that individual cases are assessed, and we're not charging people wrongfully and putting them in the system wrongfully. If you go down to the courthouse up in Marlboro, first and second floors, any given week, you'll see dozens of cases are dismissed. It's not before a person has to pay a bond, pay a lawyer, and they're locked up for a couple of days. And it starts from the top, screening. I think that it's important that our state's attorney be a person who has experience, who has know-how in order to assess who to hire, and the ability to train these new attorneys to properly assess cases to avoid the improper result of incarceration and charging.
So we're not just throwing people in jail. Now, what are some of the other areas that you're interested in focusing on and working on?
Well, some areas that are dear to my heart deal with the community and mentoring. I don't think we do enough to link young people with small businesses. I'm a small business owner. I've run my own law practice successfully for 18 years. I know that there's a lot of small businesses out here that would be honored to teach and tutor young kids. So for example, you have a young kid, 10, 11, 12, that wants to be a mechanic. Why not link him or her with the small business owner who has their own mechanic shop, giving him or her the opportunity to see what the experience of running a business is like and how to be a mechanic. And the small business owner also benefits by having someone around to help out a little bit.
Exactly.
CTV has learned that you actually used to be a registered Republican, voted in the Republican primaries. First off, tell us if that's true, and if so, why did you decide to run as an independent?
It is true, but I've been a Democrat far longer than I was a Republican. I'm now an independent. I believe that that is the proper way to guide and lead as a state's attorney. It should be a nonpartisan position. Decisions should be based solely on the evidence and not for any political agenda. The independent fits my mindset. I'm an independent thinker. I'll look at each person and each case differently and individually and make an assessment. And I think it sends a message to our public that we're not going to make the charge decisions based on politics. You also may know that I'm what's called a petition candidate. That means that I have to go to the public to get a certain number of signatures to actually be officially on the ballot in November. That magic number is 6,150 signatures. We turned in well over 7,200. That being a petition candidate forced me to get out, meet people, shake hands, talk to them about my ideas, and learn about their thoughts and concerns. So this is the best way and the only way that I would want to be a candidate. Make me go to the people and earn their trust, and we feel like we've done that.
Okay, and quickly, community relations with African Americans and the police has been an issue nationally and so forth. What do you think needs to be done to kind of heal that, to mend that, to make things better?
Well, there's distrust on all sides, and that goes back to why we want to have someone experienced. I served as an assistant state's attorney for almost 5 years under Alex Williams and under Jack Johnson. I got a chance to work under some of the best trial attorneys in this county. And I've gotten an opportunity to go up against some of the best defense attorneys in this county. Having that experience and having that knowledge gives you credibility. So when you talk to police about when they bring their cases in and that this case can't go forward or we're not going to pursue this, They respect that. They know that you've been in the trenches. They know you've handled case after case, and they know that you're looking out for the community in the best interest. So I think it starts with having some credibility. I also want the people to know that as a defense attorney, I know about being wrongfully charged. I know the effect of having a conviction and having to come back into society after conviction. And as a state's attorney, I'll have the ability and fortitude to look on both sides and weigh every side equally.
Okay.
Mr.
Thank
Johnson.
you for your time.
Yes, thank
Thank you very much.
And for more information on his campaign, you can log on to putbruceontheballot.com.